Welcome, everyone. They're watching on the stream. This is the 2021 National Artistic Pool Championships from the beautiful Clubhouse Bar and Billiards in Lynchburg, Virginia, in Blue Ridge Country. It's a beautiful place and a great venue to be in. This is going to be an amazing match we're doing right now. In this competition, which is sponsored and presented by Gospel Trick Shot Ministries and also Dr. Q Promotions. We also have other sponsors I want to recognize: Simona's Cloth, Aramuth Balls, BQ, Napa of Madison County out of Ohio, and McDermott Q's. We want to thank those sponsors as well as the venue for having this event. This is going to be quite a match, everyone. We have two players that have just been moving up in the last 10 years through the movement or more. They're two of the top players ranked up in the top 5, both of them. We'll get into that. But our first player, who is ranked number 1 in the world, by the way, will be going second at the table on this first shot. But he is the 2017 Mexican National Artistic Pool Champion. He was a 2-time WPA World Jump Shot Champion, 2012 WPA World Masters Trick and Fancy Shot Champion, and the current WPA PPA Ben Zeman Trick Shot Champion with a belt. Kind of like pro wrestling. He got the belt. So it's pretty good what he's done. He's got a lot of accolades that are not on the accomplishments, but what a player. And I think he has a little advantage because he's looking down on everything from a taller position. And it's kind of neat. He is just one fine gentleman. He's got his game, his life going together, and he's an inspiration to so many players. He flew in here. His sponsor is Tiger Q's. He flew in from San Diego, California. Too tall, Abram Diaz. Come on up, Abram, and your fans are watching you back home, okay? Good to have you, buddy. Best to you in the semifinal match, okay? Y'all can root and chime in on the stream now and when this match starts, because he's going to have quite a following, and I know he's got one. Okay. The player who will now start first, no, you're going to be going first. The player that will be starting here for the playoff round has multiple sponsors. He has McDermott Q's, he has Navigator Tips, Bill Curran Optical, Brutal Game Gear, Bobble Ball, and Too Tall Custom Q's. And that's, I assume, is all from Too Tall, the Q's. So he makes the Q's, and everybody else buys them. So it's pretty cool. And his hometown's out of South Charleston, Ohio. His accomplishments are endless. He has the current World Draw Champion, 2017 Masters Special Arts Champion. He is the current president and chairman of the WP Artistic Pool Division. So if you're at home watching and you want to get involved in our sport, the Artistic Pool movement, next year it's going to be an amazing tour. Contact this gentleman. We can get his email for you. Go to the website for the WP Artistic Pool Division, which is in charge of the movement. He's 5th on the WPA World Artistic Pool Rankings list. What a match last night he had to get to this point. His nickname is, of course, Superman. And there's the real Superman, which is this guy, okay? He's awesome in the artistic pool. Brian Pauly. Come on up here, Brian. Good job, buddy. Enjoy yourself out there. Okay, there you go. Your fans are waiting to watch you, okay? All right, everybody at home, enjoy. Have a great event. Great match.
Thank you, Dr. Q, Tom Rossman, for that great introduction. Hey, Railbirds, Kevin here. All right, we are down to the semifinals of this 2021 National Artistic Pool Championship. So we are going to be starting out with shot 1B. So this is the first semifinals, Abram versus Brian Pauly. Our second semifinals will be at 2 o'clock this afternoon, which will be Jamie the Bayou Bullet versus Jason the Michigan Kid Lynch. That'll be coming up a little bit later today. And then we'll have the finals around 5 o'clock tonight. That's all Eastern U.S. time. You will not want to miss that. All right, our first shot. The 2-and-2 split shot. Nice little simple shot to get started with. 6-pointer.
Good afternoon there, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rossman. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Kevin. Good to see you again. Thanks for this beautiful production you're doing here on the stream. And fantastic. We're looking for what an event this has been, but boy, what a match this is going to be.
Absolutely. We are getting down to the best of the best here.
Yep.
So this is definitely going to be entertaining and a good match. Starting out with the 6-pointer, the 2-and-2 split shot.
This is one of the easier shots of the program. 2 balls, side, corner, and corner,
And
corner.
makes it on the first try.
Yeah.
Scratches are totally fine, but he
Yep.
didn't scratch, so no problems. 6 points for Brian. Just like that.
And then just for those watching, that 6-point shot, if he made that on the first try, which he did, is 6 points. And on the second try, if he had to shoot the second attempt, would have been 5, and the third one would have been 4. So but he did make it first attempt, so 6 points. And now as they move along, and the shots will get a little harder in degree of difficulty as they move on throughout this semifinal match. Now, Abram has to shoot that shot and try to make it as well. If he doesn't, he's going to be down already. But Abram's pretty much got all these shots pegged. He's really been fine-tuning this game, and I mean, he won 6 out of 8 disciplines. You know,
Just so to put it mildly, you would be very shocked if he were to not make this shot.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm sitting down this morning.
Don't want to fall out of your chair.
I don't want to fall out of my chair. I might fall out of my chair with some of these other shots, because some of these shots, as they get into the higher degrees of difficulty.
Some of them are pretty crazy.
Oh, man. We were really getting into it last night in the quarterfinals. Because you get in and see, they're rated 6 is the beginning DOD, they call it, a degree of difficulty. Then you have a 7, and an 8, and 9, and a 10. When you get to the 9s and 10s, we're talking heavy-duty stuff, usually. They're still beautiful shots to watch, but the skill level is off the charts. Well, I guess it's not off the charts because it's still a 9 or a 10.
Yeah. It's still on the chart, but just barely.
I think I said that loosely. There it is. Well, look at there. That's a surprise.
He made it. What a shocker.
Good job. Yeah, that one was kind of expected to go in. When you get to this point, the 6s are probably going to be made 99% of the time. Now
99%, probably 90% of the time on the first try.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Well, yeah, they're going to make it 100% whether 99, but you're right, the first try, you can expect it. So what do we got now? We're going to be going on to...
we go on to the next discipline, Discipline 2.
Which is special arts. Now, it's interesting, we talked about moving on to another discipline. We have 8 disciplines in the sport of artistic pool. It's like in gymnastics. You have parallel bars, rings, pommel horse, and so on. And there's a champion of each of those disciplines as well as overall. That's what artistic pool is in the international arena. We have artistic pool, the overall winner, based upon points out of prelims, but then they do have a playoff which kind of finalizes it. And in those prelims, that's where the discipline winners are determined. Discipline winners, we had 8 disciplines: trick and fancy, special arts, draw, follow, bank kick, stroke, jump, and massey. And we'll go through those. You'll see them on the charts. You'll see them here as we go through on the stream. And they're shooting from the just showing off shot.
Yeah, I believe that's what he called. Let's see.
Yeah, this is a favorite shot of almost all the players.
This is a trick shot. Most people, even people that aren't familiar with trick shots, have probably seen this one at one point in their life or another.
Now, this is not the showing off. He's doing a different one because it's a special arts.
Oh, I'm in the wrong discipline. That's the problem.
Yeah, this is
Discipline 2, shot 3B. I picked the wrong one. The over and under shot.
Yeah, we're talking.
There we go. This is a cool shot.
Okay, you're on probation now, okay, Kevin? So anyway,
my coffee hasn't fully kicked in yet. We're still early in the day.
It's kicking. Yeah, I'll be holding you down in a second. So now this is a absolutely beautiful. This was originally in back in 2000, 2005, 6, 7. This was in the program. They took it out for many years. And this is a classic. This is a shot that the Machine Gun Lou Butera made famous. Most of you have heard of him. He makes this cue ball jump, or make the ball under the bridge in the corner. The cue ball jumps up in the air, over the bridge, and back under the bridge. It's a stroke jump. Ooh. Now, when it jumped, it hit the rail, so it came out. He didn't get a chance to come back. He made this first time in the prelims. It's just you got to be really accurate because, see, if you watch his cue, it's elevated. And you lose the accuracy when you elevate your cue stick like that.
And there it is.
Hello, did you see that beautiful spin?
Beautiful. So that was 7 points.
Right. That was second attempt. That would have been.
Second attempt, 7 points. It was an 8-point shot. 8 points, so second attempt is
Yeah,
7 points. So let's check out that replay.
Yeah, I see what they're doing. They moved from the 6-pointer to the 8-pointer. Okay. They're in the formatting. They're moving around a little bit with the new format. That's why they jumped up a spot there. See, they normally would have done a 7-point shot there, but they went right to an 8-point shot.
So they threw you for a loop a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I've been thrown for a loop ever since I saw this new format, but I kind of like it. You know, I almost feel like I want to go back to the sport and do it again, but I don't know if I can count that high. It's kind of difficult, you know. Okay, let's see what Brian does in this shot.
I predict he's going to try to make the 3 in the corner and jump the cue ball over the bridge and then make it spin backwards. That's my prediction.
Well, now I'm going to tell you what. You are on. You're not.
My coffee's kicking in.
You're out of your grace period and you're back in the fold, so it's great.
All right, come on, Brian.
You got to be really accurate on this. It's when you're jumping a ball like that, you're not really hitting the ball like a regular draw shot where you can be accurate. As it jumps, it doesn't hit necessary center. It hit just a fraction. We talk about millimeters. If you're a millimeter off, you're going to miss this two inches on the ball or something. So.
Yeah. So now 0.5 millimeters count.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to be within the 0.5 millimeter range. So you've got to really refine your stroke. Even in your regular pool game, once you start elevating your cue stick, you want to start practicing more, but start small elevations and work your way up to the high ones. That's why the masse is so hard to do. You're at 90 degrees most of the time. Cue stick has to go straight through on this. Now wait. Now watch it pick up speed, okay? This is the hard part. Boy, I'll tell you, that happens.
Yeah.
You aim low, but you hit it in a stop position. That's easy to do. You got to go through the ball crisp with a lot of wrist action on this. Okay, this is third attempt.
Can't afford to start lagging behind against a player of Abrams' caliber.
No way. That's right. You got to stay right with him. Got to keep that pressure on him. It's kind of interesting. The third attempt, they seem to pull it out of just deep down. They pull it out. So.
Yeah, that's what these champions do.
That's right.
Oh, no.
Well,
no points.
Well, we call this the instant replay version, you see, from the number 2 attempt. That's harder to do. Well, Brian gave it his best, but it just didn't quite get the juice on it to go down.
Sorry. Still plenty more pool to be played.
Oh, yeah, plenty. In fact, Brian was down last night and he came back.
That's right, against Chris Woodrum.
Yeah, you just don't know.
That was an exciting match.
Oh.
If you guys didn't see it, go check it out. Go check out the replay on our channel.
There you go. What channel would that be?
RailbirdstV.com.
Well, there you go.
Looks like we're going on to the next discipline, shot 3C, which is Zoela's split draw shot. I probably said that wrong.
Yeah, that is Luke Savala. Even though it's a W, it's Savala.
Savala,
yeah,
got it.
The W is a V in Polish, and that Luke Savala we had in our movement for years. We used to go to Poland to play.
Yeah, make sure that I got the right shot here because he has multiple cue sticks out here. I don't have the right shot. That isn't, is it? He's setting it up like he's setting up this shot.
Yeah, this is okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this is okay. Well, let's see. What do you got over there? That picture up there is different.
Oh, I see. It's the wrong graphic. There we go. This program's giving me fits today. Here we go. Here's the right graphic.
I kind of like a program. We get to see more shots that way. This is it. Now, this is great. Luke Savala was an ESPN player back in 2002, 3, 4, and 5. He played in some of these movements. some of these tournaments, and he created this shot. It's a kind of we call it a Polish trick shot. He was from Poland, and he created a whole bunch of shots. This was one of his most famous shots. The two balls and the spots are easy to make.
Mm-hmm.
But you see the cue ball makes a little arc back. That's the draw part. It draws back into the cue. Now the cue stick knocks the ball on the side, the 8 ball, and then watch the cue ball go down the stick and make the other ball. What? That should be close.
It's made the 8 and not enough gas.
No, it came off the cue. Yeah, more gas.
Yeah, he used the cheap gas.
Yeah,
he needs to use the good stuff.
No, this takes 93 super octane. You got to hit this.
Yeah, you can't use that 87 octane
no,
stuff.
It's not going to work. He hit it good, though. I liked the stroke on that shot. That was beautiful. Yeah, they're following the discipline order. They did the trick and fancy. They did the special arts. They're in the draw category. What they're doing is they're mixing up the degrees of difficulty.
Yeah.
And that's a good idea, because when you head-to-head match, you want to pick a shot where you think you kind of have the edge. Maybe they'll pick another harder shot, but if you miss it, then you're running the risk of that guy coming up and,
Right, of course.
It's a lot of strategy going on. And they usually lay this out ahead of time in their mind. How are they going to play that player?
Yeah, do you go for the lower point shot, or do you go for the higher point shot? It's a lot of strategizing.
Oh, yeah. That better?
And that's it. That's it.
How do you like
Nailed it?
There you go. That's how it's done.
And that's going to be, that was second attempt, so it's going to be 7 points.
7 points.
So tied up, but Abrams is going to have a chance to go ahead here.
Yeah. Yeah. When Brian missed that second shot, so Abrams is, if he can just keep making shots, he's got it. But he's got a lot of shots to go.
That spin.
Isn't that pretty?
Beautiful.
And we use a lot of shots with what they call the guide bar. It's a guide bar down the table with the cue stick. And you're going to see a lot of shots like that. We call them prop shots. They used to be calling them, all these shots where they had something on the table were called prop novelty special art shots. But they split that up, went to draw, and then they went to special arts. And so that's something else. You see how far Abram is down on this when you're setting up these tricks.
Yeah, it's funny to see the big guy get down so low like that.
You have to, because you're looking across. You're looking through the lines that are perpendicular to the tangent line a lot of times.
Yep.
And you want to see the center points so you know exactly where to line it up. Now, when he got down on that, he lined up the ball. The ball on the spot is fixed. Usually there's one ball fixed on the spot. We have a grid on the table you can't see, but there's a grid out there with lines. The second ball is called the throw ball, and that's the troublemaker.
Well, that's the troublemaker, huh?
So he got down so he could see where to line up that second ball for that pocket. He's not lining up for the pocket. He lined it up off the pocket so it would go in the pocket. Does that make any sense?
So he's lined it up right to the point of the pocket there, probably.
Sometimes more, depends on the weather.
Because it is pretty humid today.
The friction's different, see? On a real humid day, you're not going to get as much throw because the moisture reduces the friction.
Oh, I would have thought the opposite.
No?
I would have thought more humid makes more throw. See, I just learned something.
Well, that's if you got a bucket of water and you throw it on the table. But if you have a wet spot between two balls, because of phenolic, it's the opposite.
Ah, see, I learned something.
Newton is
miscue.
Well, you see, Newton, he didn't play billiards. He had one concept. If he'd have played billiards, he would have written the addendum to that. And there's a trick shot we can do to prove that point. We actually we shoot a ball down a rail and it throws. We wet the contact points and it doesn't throw at all.
Get that ball all lubed up.
It's like being on ice almost. Yeah, so it's that's why they use today even silicone on the ball. They put silicone on these balls for some of the shots. There's no throw at all on them. Oh, maybe Brian picked up
this is unexpected for Abram to be struggling with this.
See, this is the strategy. Brian knew Abram's game. And in the past, let's say 3, 4, 5 months, they post stuff online. And Brian knew that Abram wasn't making his shot online. He would watch him and he'd catch, and they take notes. So now he called this shot thinking, well, Brian's...
So they're doing some recon.
Oh, yeah. He knows exactly. They both know what the other one can and can't do on a percentage base.
And maybe do you put out some misinformation, make them think you can't shoot a shot, miss them on purpose?
I'm going to tell you what. I used to do decoy position. I would put little marks on the table. When I dent them, you have to hit them with the ball. And I would put 2 or 3 marks, and I knew which one counted. So it's kind of interesting. And everybody had their own technique. It wasn't cheating. It was just a matter of the strategizing. Now, look at this.
It's not going to get there. No points. Wow.
That was a good move by Brian.
That was unexpected, but brilliant move by Brian.
It wasn't as unexpected to Brian, see?
Exactly right.
Yeah, now, that might have shocked Abram because he expected. He's got one of the best draw strokes in the game. So what do we do on that? How many points do you get? 0.
0. So we are all knotted up.
That sounds good. Look at that, 13-13. I said it's going to be a match. It's a match.
We got a battle.
Yes, we do. All right, they're moving on. Now, see, they're thinking. There's going to be a little lull sometimes between somebody at the table because they have to think, what do I do now? I wasn't expecting that. They got to
regroup a little bit.
He's got a book or he's on his computer, his phone. He knows, what do I do if this happens? If I miss this, what do I do next? And it's just what you got to do. So he's thinking.
All right, no, we called a shot, the up the rail shot.
Yeah, he had to think about that for a while.
So.
And by the way, they get a choice of 3 shots. So this is degree of difficulty 6.
If I heard right, I may have got the wrong shot, but we'll see.
Let's see. Yeah. By the way, if this is a 6, that's a smart move because he needs to get back point. He needs points. This is the easiest shot for points. You can't miss 2 shots in a row because your brain starts working on you. Nope.
Nope, that is is not 1B. Let me double check what we're doing.
Sherry, what shot? 2. I thought you said 1B. Okay, my bad.
Okay, 2B, not 1B. I misheard.
Was to be or not to be?
Okay, the zip shot.
Oh, this is the one you like.
Ah, yeah.
Remember this one you like?
I remember this one.
And there's a different version. What's the other version of that?
Well, there's also a draw version.
There you go. It's the same setup. It's just a draw version.
So this is making the 9 in the corner the hard way.
Yeah.
I would just shoot the 3-9 combo, but they have their own ideas.
These guys don't mess around with that easy. They're going for. Watch this cue ball. This is so. It's a follow off another ball. Look at this.
And nails
he doesn't have to make the 3. It's just to hit the ball.
And that was 7. That was a 7-pointer.
Yeah, that was a very smart call.
7 points.
Very smart call. Can you imagine if you were sitting in a chair and you missed this easier shot? And he's thinking, I better get some points. And so his brain is now back to a positive. You know, in regular pool, you don't have a time to make up for stuff like that. But now you can pick something that you know you can do. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. You got it. That's fantastic. So now we're talking Abrams back in the lead, but of course Brian now has got a chance to tie up. Yeah, it's a 7-pointer, so he's got to make it first time to tie it up. I think Brian will because this shot is pretty standard. Most of the players. 7's just a little tougher than a 6, and you know they have a panel of. They have 9 guys.
Is he going to use the 6 ball instead of the? Oh, he's using that as a.
It's a spacer ball.
Yeah, gotcha.
That's the angle to make this better, and they work hours figuring out where their ball has to be. Another guy might put it a half a ball.
Yep, and they take detailed notes, and they got all that written down in their notebook.
You got to see their book. It's phenomenal. Well, you've probably seen it, Kevin. Their book is phenomenal. Oh, that's a surprise. No, that doesn't count. If he'd have made that with that ball, he's got to make it with the cue ball. Now, that's a new version, though. They might add that next year in the program.
Right.
We were talking about that today about, is it by intention?
Yeah, intention or accidental discoveries of some of these shots.
Yeah, they become more like amazing discoveries. Well, now even if he makes it, he'll be down by 1 point, but 1 point is not a lot. 1 shot is a lot, but not 1 point.
You're right, Steve. This could be an upset.
You got that right. Steve Lowe's, president and founder of Gospel Trick Shot Ministries, the primary sponsor of the event with Dr. Q Promotions, and we have the ministry, Gospel Trick Shot, doing outreach ministry around the world, and also online, GTS Rack Rooms on Facebook, YouTube, and a new website coming soon. So tune into that if you want to see something that you've never seen before under a ministry umbrella. It's tremendous. Using the tricks, but for the life lesson concept, biblical principles. Yeah, we got some rooters here.
All right, discipline 5, shot 5B. The Efren Reyes bank shot. 10 points.
Wonder what that means, that question. We had to chime in a question. What table spot is that? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Maybe Colby could tell us what they mean. I'm not sure what that question is. I want to answer it. The question from Colby is, what table spot is that?
So this is a 10-point shot. It looks so simple.
Well,
but get out there and try it sometimes.
I was talking to Brian about this. He makes this like 80% of the time. This is a
he does like this shot.
But he practiced it for like 80 days.
Right.
Watch this shot from this angle. It's perfect.
Of course, you know when Efren shot it in a match, he didn't practice it for 80 days. He just got up there and hit it.
No, he just beat 80 guys with it. That's all he does. He just keeps winning. This 9 ball goes to the end cushion. The cue ball stops where it's at after he hits it, and the ball comes back and makes it in the side. Has to be very precise. Now, yesterday was interesting in the prelims. Brian made this differently by accident. He hit the ball and it went to the side rail and come off the cue ball backwards. That's rare. So let's see if he's made that adjustment now. Nope, wrong side. It's very difficult to control that object ball. You got to twist just a little bit. I think I would imagine Brian will make this because he's got it in his mind he can make the shot, and he's real positive about it. So.
And it is one of the favorite shots.
Oh, yeah.
He does shoot this one. I see him shoot it all the time.
Yep. When I was in competition, I shot this all the time. I really like because I like bank pull, but you got to twist it just a little, because if you shoot it straight, it's going to come back and hit the cue ball perfect. So come on, Brian, just twist it a little, buddy.
And there it is.
Do we have any
Beautiful.
questions? Wasn't that nice? There's how it's done.
Made it look easy.
Yeah, you got a table at home. Give this a try. I think
you'll see it's not as easy as they make it look.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Beautiful. Now, pressure's on Abram. They're going back and forth here with a little pressure, huh? This is no gimme. I've watched Abram shoot this, and he struggles with this, so it'll be interesting to see if he can be very precise. See, Abram's more of a stroke guy. He's kind of a looser stroke, so his accuracy isn't quite as high sometimes. So he's going to have to probably shorten his bridge a little bit. He'll have more accuracy on the shot. That always gives you more. If you're having a problem in your pool game, shorten your bridge up a little bit and you'll have more accuracy. The flex of your shaft has a lot to do with that, and a shorter bridge will help that. If you don't want to, buy a $300 or $400 shaft of a cue, that will help you on that. Just shorten up your bridge; it'll also help. Shorter
bridge, maybe even a shorter backswing. So those real long fluid backswings, maybe a shorter, make it a little bit more compact.
You got it. Here. Oh no! Look at here.
Wow.
Well, see, he was going to bank that to the corner.
And then I still remember. Oh wait, no, that's not the shot I'm supposed to be shooting.
I wonder if he miscued. That didn't even look right.
That looked like could have been a miscue.
Because man, that 8 ball went a foot offline almost on the bank.
Which a player of Abram's caliber is not likely to happen.
Yeah, I think something happened we didn't see there. It was very hard to. You have to listen to it. If it might have been a slide off the tip or something, and yeah, that was strange. Yeah, see, now he's thinking a little. Yeah, now he's going to make a little bit of an adjustment. What's he going to do? He's remeasuring. Good. This is like when you're shooting pool, you back away from the ball and then look at it again. Back away, look at it again.
Yeah, take a walk around the table, get a drink of
right.
water.
Yep, yep. You take a nap for a few minutes. And
Come back refreshed.
oh, you feel great. Of course, the match is over because
you forfeited.
Yeah, you had to forfeit.
But you feel good.
No, you feel great, man. What happened? I had a dream I had to forfeit.
All right, attempt number 2 for Abram. That's close. It's got a chance. Oh.
He babied it. He was trying to be really careful, see?
Mm-hmm.
You can't be careful. You got to trust this. This is an amazing shot. At that speed, that won't go, even if he hits it. He has to hit crisp. It's a little bit of a crisp hit. He knows that, but, you know, there's a little tension in the air. Can you feel the tension in the air?
Is that what that was I was feeling?
Yeah, that's what it was. You thought it was the air conditioner.
Well, yeah.
No, it's tension in the air right now.
Ah. All right, here we go. Third and final attempt. He's got to make this. He didn't make it.
No, see, it goes to the right. He's twisting his back arm. I know if you twist your arm, you get the angle. You should twist it the other way sometimes. So anyway.
Wow, this is
how do you like
unprecedented. That? Like, is this 2 in a row that Abram had no points? No, he made one in between.
He made it one in between, yeah.
But that is so unlike Abram. Wow.
Yeah, well.
We might have an upset in the making.
Yeah, well, we got another hour of shooting yet, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Last night, listen, Brian last night was down 10 points. He came back. Now, we would refer to this as being one shot down now.
Mm-hmm.
They both have shot the same number of shot. Anywhere from 7, 8, 9 points is one shot difference.
Right.
So somewhere, guys, he's got to miss.
You got to make up that shot somewhere.
Yeah, and I would expect to see that happen because it's just kind of like back and forth, and a guy gets a charge of energy, and he comes up and makes a shot, and then the other guy lets down, and it's crazy, boy. If you want to try this stuff, it'll change your whole attitude in your game. It's tremendous. Oh, look at the nice rack.
All right. So discipline 6, shot 5B. Opening the gate. Oh, this is a fun shot.
Yeah. Oh, this is a tremendous. I think this is probably it's one of my most favorite shots. Of course, they're all my favorite shots. This is really a favorite. This one is an illusion. You're going to see the cue ball do something here. There's that cue over there by the 8 ball. That cue ball, when it gets in there, it's going to back up and slow down. It looks like it's not going uphill. You know, there's a thing called magnetic hill where you put the car, maybe you've heard about it, on an incline going downhill, but the car goes backwards up the hill. It's a landscape thing. Yeah, it's called magnetic. It's in Canada.
Oh, okay.
This is a magnetic hill on the floor.
Like an optical illusion.
It's an optical illusion. Okay. You'll see this ball, and you won't believe what it does. Oh, this is great. It's got that cue stick behind the rack over there. It's about an inch behind it. 9 ball on the side. The 8 ball plus a chalk width from the cue stick, and so you can't see it. When we look down that cue later on your different angle, you're going to see there's no space for the cue ball to go by the 8 ball. And you remember yesterday when we showed the gate swinging open. So I think we could probably show that today even. We'll get the gate opening up. So
it's got the 2 millimeter gap between cue ball and 3 ball.
Yeah, he had that little gauge. You'll see some others like it. They got a special gauge for that. Yeah, now see this angle. You're going to see this cue stick. You see, you can't get it. If you were to take a ball and roll it past the 8, it won't go by the 8.
Right.
But the cue ball is going to open the gate. It's going to swing the gate open. That's why they call this opening the gate. It's a phenomenal shot. This is called, by the way, the famous fouette shot.
Hey, we learned that word yesterday.
Fouette, F-O-U-E-T-T, means to whip. And it's going to watch this cue ball stroke. It's going to come zipping back into this rail. Oh, he's off today. He's got that. He's one of the greatest fouette players there is. You know, there's a lot of pressure on him because when you're the #1 ranked player and there's a guy shooting for you, you know, you were trying hard to keep your position, and sometimes there's that gauge. It's kind of hard to see, but it's a 2 millimeter special gauge. And that's a requirement. It has to space between them. This is not a foul for anybody that tries this. You can make it a foul, but these guys stroke it so there's no foul.
Yeah, you'll see the cue ball does not go forward from where the 3 ball is. That's how you know it's not a foul. Well, it did go forward.
Well, it will sometimes, but that was a foul. That was a push. You're right about that. If you hit it right, it's not going to go forward at all. I think this is his third attempt.
This is his third attempt. He miscued on the first one.
Oh, man. I'm getting kind of nervous. I'm okay now.
Okay, that moment passed.
It was a passing moment, yes.
So, hello, Kira. Hello, Emma. Welcome.
Yep.
Third and final attempt. Come on, Abram. Another miscue.
He miscued.
2 miscues.
Oh, that is so rare. But
I bet it's because he's using Brian's rack out there.
oh, he's got the Superman. That's right.
Uh-huh.
Now that is
That was some strategic play there by Brian.
Who?
He said, here, go ahead, use my rack.
Who would have thunk it? So
Abram thought he was being friendly, but no.
you know, he's down on the shot, and out of the subliminal side of his brain, he sees this word Superman.
That's what it was. It was taunting him.
I just can't imagine that anybody would do that, you know? By the way, these guys don't do any of that stuff. These guys.
Yeah, we're joking.
Yeah,
we're having fun.
Yeah, our jokes are terrible, but you get the idea. We're not funny anyway. but the bottom line is we've got 2 guys here that are just cream of the crop spirit, cream of the crop attitude, and our whole sport's like that. We have a model. I didn't tell anybody this yesterday, but in our sport we have professional skills, professional demeanor, and professional image, and that's it. And the rest is just for you to enjoy it at home or wherever you're watching this. Well, I'm going to tell you what. I've seen Brian make this quite often, so he makes this. We're talking big lead time. He could really put the pressure on him.
Yeah, if he makes this is huge.
There, see that little gauge we're stuck in? It's a little metal gauge. Mark Demick, who makes the Dr. Popper jump stick, created this. It sits on the table. It's an awesome little invention. Then they lift it out, and it's 2 millimeters, which is about 1/8 of an inch.
For all the Americans out there.
Yeah. You've heard of that thing, little silly millimeter longer. Well, this is 2 silly millimeters.
Silly millimeter? Yeah, try to say. Yeah, I can't say that.
I hope Brian makes this because I want everybody to see how this gate swings open. I mean, we can do that on the replay, but watch this cue ball. Come on, Brian. Oh, he pushed it again. They're pushing so hard. Both guys are trying to win, so their arm is trying to win. Your arm can't try to win. It's not the arm.
Right.
You have to go up and relax and just let the thing stroke smooth. And
is it a smooth follow-through stroke? Is it a pop? Is it like a pop stroke?
No, it's all wrist.
All
it's
wrist.
It's a rapid wrist acceleration with kind of a pop in the wrist. But what they're doing is they're taking their arm and they're bringing their elbow with their arm through the ball too much. What you do is you come back and you just snap
just
the
a little,
wrist.
just a wrist snap.
It's pretty much all wrist. The fouette shot is a wrist action shot. In fact, I think they should change the word because most people don't know fouette anyway. Just call it the wrist action shot. You know? But it's extreme wrist action. And when it's done right, it's beautiful. We'll see some other fouette shots. But this one is probably one of the perfect because the way that gate swings open over there. Boy, Brian's got him calling in here. They're chiming in.
Both players have their fans in the chat.
Oh yeah. Pushed it again. Yeah, he's pushing it. In fact, both of them, one was pushing and one was trying so hard they miscued. They couldn't hit the ball.
They're both trying so hard. They want to win.
They're
They can
pushing.
taste
They're
it.
pushing too hard right now, and so what they're going to have to do is, this is a 10. They're going to have to make a few easy shots, or the brain's going to get conditioned to missing.
Yeah, you got to get your confidence back
and
up.
everybody watching right now for the next 30 minutes is going to see not too much go in.
Yeah, you got to make an easy shot to get your confidence back up again.
You know, when I competed, 90% of my shots were getting points on the board, even when they were easy. Because even your opponent may not make the easy shot. But once you miss an easy shot, a hard shot like this, you're putting too much pressure on yourself. And you got to shoot them sometimes, but come on, Brian, you can make this. See there? Pushed it. Now that's the arm. They're pushing too hard to make it. Well, anyway.
All right, well, that shot was a wash, so no points for either player.
We're going to see it made in our next semifinal, or maybe they pick shots later, and I don't know if they can pick this again. But in the second semi, Jason Lynch shoots that shot perfect, better than anybody.
Well, when they do the picks, I know you can't pick a shot you've done before, but so I don't think they could pick this one again.
Well, we'll see it in the semifinal because Jason Lynch is probably the top player on that shot right there.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday. I think we saw Jason shoot it yesterday, and he made it.
That's right.
All right, so we're going to discipline 7, shot 5B.
There you go.
The 6-pack. Hey, this is Gabby Vashoyu's favorite shot.
Yes, it is. He's from Romania. He was one of our, remember Luke Savala had that one shot named after him? We have a lot of the international players' shots were named because they created these shots. And Luke Savala was from Poland. He had that shot where he drew back to the cue stick. And this one here is Gabi's shot. And Sebastian Cimelli, we had him the other day in one of the shots. I'm sure you even have a shot we could probably get in here, couldn't we?
That would be the 9-ball hanging in the pocket and you shoot it straight in. That's my favorite shot. I can nail that. I can nail that one 8 out of 10 times.
Well, that's pretty cool. We could submit that to the board and see what happens.
On a good day, 9 out of 10 times.
Okay, well, that's good because they don't take 100% shots.
That'd be too boring, right?
Yeah, it's too boring. People turn the dial and it's all over. So here we go. He's got to jump every ball without anything hitting the rack, cue stick or object ball. 1. I'll count them out for you. Nothing. I love this shot here. It's just a one-handed little, this again is a wrist flick shot with the cue. Instead of being under the shoulder like Fouette, it's just boom, click, tip, tip, tip.
Yep, and this is a one-handed shot.
Yep. Watch how he holds the cue too. Just like
he has a very interesting
it's a cigar
grip.
hold. He holds it like Churchill used to hold his guitar, or his his cigar. Look at this.
Guitar, cigar, same.
Boy, I'm telling you what, they're really pushing right now. So we're going to have to, come on everybody at home, let's root these guys into making these shots. Yep, I know you're rooting for them. I want to just let everybody too, you know, these are really, the ones they're picking are really hard shots, and you're not going to get too many easy ones in artistic pool when you pick 8s and 9s and 10s, or 9s and 10s, so, yeah, there you go. They're rooting for them.
Now, is Emma referring to the previous shot, the opening the gate shot?
Yeah.
Oh, no. All right, no points. That was his 3rd try.
I'm going to tell you what, Abram can make this one. I've seen him make this many times.
I've seen Brian make it many times.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, I've seen many players make this.
Yeah.
These guys usually don't miss the shots. So.
Which maybe it shouldn't be a 10-point shot because I see people make it more often than they miss it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, these guys are going to have to kind of pull it together. Oh, look at it here, Abram. Did you?
The false modesty. You know, I'll go embarrass myself. Okay, as he nails it, probably. You get rid of that Superman rack. There's your problem. There's your problem.
That's what did it. Now, see what he did? He went to the
He's
rack.
using the wood rack.
This is the house rack.
Yep.
They call that the house rack. He's going to use that. That's a good move, by the way. You change a little bit of the prop or something.
Yeah, just change something so it's good because it changes something in your mind.
Now the only problem
It's
is
more psychological than anything.
some of the venues we were in for years, they had a lower rack
Uh-huh.
because racks are different heights.
Right.
So you could, if you took a lower rack and it was a house
It
rack,
would make it too easy.
yeah, because you don't have to jump as high.
Gotcha.
You could lower your cue and have more accuracy.
So we had to standardize on a rack then.
Yeah, they had requirements. They had to be at least an inch high or something like that. You know, I don't know if they have a requirement anymore, but the house racks here are really solid racks. You know, and
Yeah, those are diamond. Those are made by Diamond.
yeah, so they're a good elevation. They're the same height, I believe, as the Delta rack, which is what they were using.
Right.
You can see how deep they are though in the rack. You can only see about half the ball almost. So half of that ball's inside that rack.
So that means the rack's at least 1 1/8 tall.
At
Since
least
since the balls are 2 1/4.
That's right. Boy, you're getting down this stuff. You got it down, Kevin. I like it, buddy. Yep.
Hey, math and geometry, I can handle. Pool, that's another story.
Yeah. Well. Uh-oh.
Okay, there's one.
Yeah, watch this. He's like, hello.
2.
He practiced it. Look at that.
3.
Oh, boy. Now he's...
How's he hold the cue? Different than Brian.
Yeah, he's got a 2-finger one. This is the normal way to hold the cue. Come on. This is the hard one now. Don't jinx him.
6.
Yes. Oh, I'm rooting for everybody, okay?
All right, that was his first try, right?
Yes.
So 10 points.
What happened? Oh, look at this. 2 points.
He takes the lead.
What do you think? See what happens? Isn't that amazing? We have got ourselves a match. What's interesting is when you pick your own shot and don't make it, the other guy makes it. It's just like a knife digging in, you know. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then the scream comes out. He let it go.
All right, what do we have next?
Well, they're thinking now, because now Abrams got the lead. He's got to figure it out. Look at her. He's thumbing through his book, and he's thumbing through his book.
So Steve wants to know, were these shots pre-picked, and can they change during the match?
Oh, yeah.
They are picking them on the fly.
They're picking them on the fly. Well, see, here's the thing. They have an A, B, and C shot in each degree of difficulty. So they'll change. If they need an extra one, and they might think, I like the A instead of the C. They're all the same degree of difficulty. But maybe on that day they think, I'm going to shoot the little bit different version or setup. Yeah.
So looks like 4A for discipline 8. The jump masse.
Oh, we know what this one is, don't we?
We like that one.
Now we're getting into the ones you can do at home on your table.
Or preferably somebody else's table.
Yeah, not recommended because this is really a delicate shot. You can do damage here. Now, by the way, they're going to have this cue ball on I think they're putting it on a cloth. It's a protective cloth, a shield, and that preserves the cloth. There wouldn't be. That's why they do this in honor of the room. They don't want. Years ago, they made a decision because room owners wanted their tables kept intact, you know. And if you don't know how to do a masse, you're going to tear the cloth probably.
You know, Simonis is a sponsor of these events. A lot of times, Simonis will donate new beds of cloth to the room owners so they can recover the tables after the trick shot tournament.
Right, that's what they do.
At this particular tournament, Simonis isn't donating cloth. They're just putting up some cash money.
Well, there you go. We thank them for that. That's great.
Absolutely. We thank all our sponsors. It's greatly appreciated.
This is in his right hip pocket, this shot. This, by the way, remember I mentioned about Abram? He invents masse cues. And he tests each masse cue.
Yes,
and he tests this shot with each masse cue.
And when he sells you a masse cue, they come preloaded with how many preloaded masses does it come with?
Oh,
in one of his
I think
cues?
you get 20 free. And then you pay so much per extra.
Subscription model.
It's a subscription.
Everyone's going with the subscription model
Wouldn't
nowadays.
that be cool? Yeah, that would be cool. You know, I was going to have a whole line of lag cues one time. If you couldn't hit it hard enough, you buy the one that hits it harder. Wouldn't that be great? They say, really? Yeah, I'll take 3.
Take a 7 and 8 and a 9 lag cue. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Now, it's kind of funny, but there's a lot of people that really believe that you can have it. Oh, no. He went into the side. Now, the reason he had to hit it, you got to go by the second diamond.
Yeah, you got to go past the second diamond.
So on that long rail from the corner, you count up 2 diamonds, and the cue ball has to go past that diamond. And usually they have a spotter to watch this because somebody's even, you can't see it on the stream, so I'm going to stand up and kind of look at this. I'll kind of watch this on him. That's it.
Nailed it.
How do you like it?
And that was, it's a 9-point shot. His second attempt,
Yes.
8 points.
Yep. I figured he'd make that shot. That's just almost a lock for him. Okay, Brian, now you're sitting in the backseat. You're going to have to pull forward, so you can do it. Boy, we're going to have ourselves a match and a half here. Hope we got time to add a half a match of this. Be awesome. Look at this cue ball. Look at it. Watch it spin.
Look at that spin.
Now
Zing.
watch it. Zing. Here it comes. And the person says to me, "Can you teach me that?" Well, yes. Have you got 3 years? We can illustrate and teach, but where are you going to practice it, you know? You're probably not going to practice it too much. It's
Your local pool room is not going to be real happy if you practice
No,
those shots there.
Of course not. Of course not.
Well, you said it hit the rack.
Yeah, you hear it. I tell you what, the reason they use that delta rack, because when you hit the rack, you can hear it.
It's a very loud rack.
So that's why they use that. So he caught the foul. Nobody could hear it, but he heard it. So players will, just like a golfer, they hit it, it's a foul, and they call it themselves. That's it. Didn't come back.
All right, and they're not using the break cloth this
No,
time.
I noticed that. They might have removed it in the semifinals. That they can do that if they could talk to the room, and then they get an agreement, and so it's all part of it. They always honor the room first, and then they
of course
adjust.
All right, we got some back and forth going on here.
Isn't it amazing?
It is a seesaw battle.
It's amazing how there's a guy sitting in the driver's seat,
and
all of a sudden, he's got to take the back seat and go back to the driver's seat. I mean, you just don't know. I mean, this happened last night. The same thing happened last night. Brian was in the game like that.
All right, so we've gone through all the disciplines now. We're going to take a quick player break.
Yeah.
So we've gone through all the disciplines now. Now we go through the pick shots, right, where they can pick from any discipline. You just can't pick the same. You can't pick the same discipline twice. So you can't just pick all jump follow shots for your picks.
That's correct. Well, I'll tell you, they're out there and they're giving it their best, and it's going to be exciting. We're about half down. They're going to be picking the shots now. And that was kind of shots that, when I say pick, they now can pick from anything in the book. Before, they had to pick from a certain discipline in order. But now they're going to go to any shot in the book out of 120 shots. So it'll be interesting. You can see that ball. Yeah, Steve made a comment, and he's correct on that. We've seen this for years. We used to both work in the directing of the tournaments, that one of the keys is that when you're missing shots that are tough shots, you've got to start making easy shots, because the players need points and people want to see balls made. So this is something we're learning, because, you know, when you're in the heat of battle, the player wants to try to say, I need more points, I'm going to shoot a harder shot. But they end up without shots. So you have to make points. See, he just caught it, right? Is that the one he just hit it?
So let's, while we're waiting for the players, let's have a look at this.
Yeah, here you go. This is what Brian called on himself.
5-3C. So this is the one that Brian's first attempt, he called a foul on himself, saying that the ball hit the rack.
It did. Oh, it did. It did right there. It bumped a little bit up in the air. You could see it. Look at this. Right there. See it go up?
Yep, and I saw the rack just nudge a little.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, so we're going discipline 5, shot 3C.
Okay.
Which is the quick timer shot.
Okay, they're picking now. They're picking from anything in the book.
Oh, this is a tough shot.
You know what? Brian made this, though.
He made it.
And he drilled it. Did you ever see him drill that yesterday?
For people who think trick shots are just setting up dead combos, you got to make this bank shot and make a trick shot at the same time.
That's right. That's exactly right. This is no duck for anybody. I don't know why it's an 8.
This should be harder than an 8.
Well, you know what? They probably shot it they sample stuff, and they probably had shot it 100 times, and it went in like 60% of the time.
Maybe.
And when it goes that much, they put it into a little easier. But they'll take the results of this tournament, analyze them, and based upon that, they may modify if there's 2 tournaments in a row where it's not going. Of course, Brian has made it. He made it the other day easy.
It wasn't his first try, but he made it.
No, he made it. So what are they going to do here? You said bank the ball. And
yeah. This is a cross-side bank shot, but the pocket is blocked by the 3, so the cue ball's got to clear the pocket to make room for the 2 ball. 3's going to go in the side, 9's going to go in the corner, I think. They have to make those balls?
Yeah.
Yep, they all have to be pocketed.
That doesn't sound very easy.
Sounds harder than 8 points.
It's hard just to play bank pool.
Just making the bank is 8 points, even if the 3 and 9 aren't there.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't believe that yesterday. He drilled it in.
All right. 8 points.
Come on, drill it again.
Oh, miscued.
You know, that's like the 4th or 5th miscue so far in this match. It rained last night, right? And the humidity.
Yeah, it was raining this morning.
You know, I'm telling you, that moisture really affects things. It might be really damp in here or something, you know. I've got a table at home and it's damp. You know, you get all kinds of strange effects sometimes.
Brian needs to make this. It's got a chance.
Are you serious?
Oh
man, he almost made it.
So close.
I'm telling you what, this is an awesome shot here.
Oh, man.
He almost pulled that off. Look at there. What planet are you from to make this shot? Oh, man, what a shot that is. Now, listen, if you're watching at home, you got to laugh at that. Just laugh because it's hard. and he almost made that shot.
Yeah, this is not an easy shot.
I'm telling you, this is like a 15 or something, not an 8.
No, the 15 is or 20 is that perfect setup shot. That shot's just insane.
What, that one where you shoot the ball straight in the corner?
Yeah.
Is that the one you're talking about?
No, the perfect setup. The
perfect. It's named
the
the
one
perfect.
from yesterday that no one could make.
Yeah, that's right. Nobody. Right.
Which we saw Brian versus Chris attempting that shot yesterday. And it's just a crazy tough shot.
I think Steve had asked also about who's Jason playing next. Lynch. Jason's going to play on this stream table. He's going to be playing Jamie Moody.
The Bayou Bullet versus the Michigan Kid.
Oh, yeah, there's a match. It's going to be another hot match.
All right. Third attempt. There it is.
Art, now, you're going to be
nails it.
You know, I'm glad I'm sitting down because I'm not. I don't know if I can get over that. Okay, I'm over it.
That didn't take long.
I'm telling you, it was easy. That was amazing. I got to shoot that shot. I don't think I've shot that shot before. I got to shoot that shot to see how much fun it can really be. Wow, the pressure's back. See, now the pressure's back on Abram. There's only 4-point differential. This is no gimme for anybody. I don't care who you are. You can be a top World Bank Pro player and still not make these other two balls. But see, Brian really worked on that shot. You know, it's interesting. If you take one shot in the program that's relatively difficult like that and work on it 100 times,
then it becomes easy for you.
For you, and nobody else is going to spend that time to
So
do it.
you have that in your back pocket.
That's your and that was his back pocket shot because he was down, and he said, "I'm going to my ace in the hole."
Yep.
That's what he did. Of course, the problem is he has 5 aces.
Hope one of them's a wild card.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's right. Brian is a good 9-ball player as well. Most of these guys can play really good regular pool as well. So.
Yeah, Jason Lynch, he's a pretty good 9-ball player.
Tremendous.
I say that because I've seen him play. I haven't seen these other guys play regular pool much.
Yeah. You see the cue ball on this, where it is in relation to the object ball?
Yeah, is that where he's going to leave it? Because that's a lot farther away than
That's
where
right.
Brian had it.
So there's more air margin here. When you're closer to it, you have, but he probably didn't practice this closer, so he's got to shoot it from here. Now he might still make this shot. It's a tremendous shot. Let's see what happens there. No. Because you got to draw. It's harder to draw the ball when you're that far away. Wow. That's awesome. Well,
this might be another brilliant strategy move by Brian.
Yep, that's what it is.
But we'll see. He's got 2 more tries at this.
That's right.
And champions like Abram, they don't go down easy.
That's right. You know, even Minnesota Fast, now I'm sure people know him. They've heard of that guy's name. He was shooting a bank shot one time, and he banked the ball cross side. And just as he hit the ball, he fell through this old wood floor and went into a crawl space. The guy somewhere said, "Are you okay, Fast?" And he says, "I'm okay, but don't tell me it didn't go in. I saw it going on the way down." That has double meaning to it. It's funny. So, you know. I don't know why I even told you that joke, but anyway.
I have no idea.
It's a good joke. Something about you said on the way down. Oh, he's never down. He was talking about Abram not being. He's down, but he's going to still do it okay. Now, that distance is tougher to shoot from. Let's see what happens here. See that? It's harder to bank
Yeah,
it.
he's making that 3 go at least half a diamond long.
And the energy on the cue ball is not the same on the object ball because he's got more distance. You lose the energy on the length of the draw shot. Yeah. Like I know, like I'm shooting it right now.
Yeah, it's easy from over here, right?
Oh yeah, I'm a great player from the stands. I used to love doing this stuff. I did it for about 10 or 11 years. I did shows for 35 years. We did a lot of this, but it was all entertainment thing, and I got paid for missing the shots. So it was a whole different concept.
That's good work if you can get it.
Well, the Globetrotters do that in basketball.
Yeah.
They miss half their baskets and got paid for it, so it was a gift.
Nice.
God taught me how to take from balls going in to balls on the table, and it's just a new shot.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to miss than to make them. So if you can get paid to miss them,
see,
that's
I never really missed them. I just created a new shot.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, 3rd and final attempt.
Yeah, pool players have their own concept of what a miss and a make is.
What a pool player calls a miss, a trick shot person would call that was beautiful, perfect shot.
Yeah, right, even if they miss, because it's aesthetically beautiful. I call it miss a make in disguise. It's kind of like life, you know. You have a flat tire, you look at 3 good ones yet. Oh, look at this. So the accuracy, it's just all over the place.
All right, so good strategy by Brian.
There you go. They're strategizing.
Closes up that score a little bit. Only trails by 4.
Well, Steve asked me how many. Here we go now. I got to answer this question. I'm not sure if I know the answer. How many more shots to go after this? Steve, what they've done is they've changed. The formatting's a little bit different, and I don't know exactly because we're not over there where they're picking them. And in my score sheet, I don't know if it's how to explain it exactly. So I'm just kind of watching it like you are right now. And we found out this was the way we figured it out yesterday. When they shook hands, we knew it was over.
That's the best way to do it.
Isn't that great? So it took some of the pressure off us here in the booth. Because these questions are tough. I mean, these are PhD questions we're getting right now.
Right.
That's my buddy Steve, my pastor friend. We're going to Spain, Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving to 10th of December to Spain for an outreach ministry. And this tournament is sponsored by Gospel Trick Shot Ministries. It's awesome. Can you figure that out? You want to look at that? I think they're in the third pick now, or fourth pick, so there's probably 4 shots left at least. And they're each going to shoot those 4 shots.
Yeah, I think they each get 4 picks. You know, they pick and then they make it, and then their opponent also has to make it. Then your opponent gets to pick, and they make it, and then you have to also make it.
Yeah.
So 4 each, so 8 in total.
A little bit picky, if you ask me.
It is.
I'm telling you what, if we get nothing else out of this, we're getting a lot of humor. 1-4C. Okay, they're picking 1-4C.
All right, discipline 1, shot 4C. The never-ending story.
Oh, what is this now? There's some new shots here in the book. Oh, you're going to love it.
I already love it. I love the diagram.
You've seen this one, right?
I have seen it.
This is a great shot. It's really a neat shot. You see remember we were talking about the guide on the rail? See the cue stick on the rail? Blocker balls there. Rack down here for a prop. This is like a mousetrap game. And there's a shot Mosconi made famous, the Willie Mosconi 4-ball shot. That's what this is by the side. And they're going to shoot, Abram's going to shoot, make all 4 balls, 1 on the side, 2 in the corner, 3 on the bank. That's what the rack's going to help going in the pocket. And the ball's going cross side. And the cue ball is going to take off, come down and hit this and go over make this ball. And I think that's why they call it the never-ending story, because it looks like it's never going to end the shot.
or maybe the description of it goes on forever.
It's one of our longer shots. I do know that because there's so much
going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of activity in the shot. Now, I want you to watch the cue ball here because it's kind of hard to catch. The cue ball, you got to watch it at the moment of impact when he hits the ball. Watch the cue ball. It'll hit and go over to the side rail real quick and then come down and make an arc. This is great to watch what this cue ball does. Yeah, the cue ball is going to hit that rail after he hits the 3 and then whipping on down. So just right now, focus on the cue ball, what it does after it hits that 3. Hits the 3, hits the 2, goes to the rail, and then whips down. Yeah, he strokes this ball good, real high. Watch the cue ball, over to the rail. See a dip? He dipped over to the rail. Look at this.
And nails it first try.
That's a nail shot.
That was a 9-point shot.
Smart shot. Very smart. Yeah, that was fantastic. Wasn't that cool how that cue ball kind of takes off real quick? Yeah, it was great. Yeah, Sherry chimed in and said that they each get 4 picks. Yeah, that's what it's on the score sheet. And but they can't pick a shot they have already shot. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, there's been a few changes over the years on that, but that's what they're doing now. They just they revamped the entire program, gave all of them names. They switched names around, added a few things to each shot, or some shots took some things out, removed some shots completely, and they fine-tuned, you know, the formatting. So it's really good. This WPA Artistic Pool Division, the international body, the Artistic Pool Division is part of the WPA, the World Pool Billiard Association, and they work in 6 federations around the world to run artistic pool, an official sport that's recognized by the world body, WPA. And Brian is the president of that, the gentleman shooting now. And he got the board together, and they made all these changes, and we're back in action after COVID. So, you know, next year they're already looking at trying to have at least 4 events, and they've got a good prospect. In fact, Clubhouse wants us back here. What a beautiful place, Kevin, this is.
Oh, this is a great place. If you're in Lynchburg, Virginia, definitely check out the Clubhouse. It's a beautiful pool room. They have good food, lots of beautiful diamond tables. Come on down.
A couple big screens up there. You can watch even this match. And
They got a lot of big screens. This is a sports bar, too.
And that Premier Billiards back there, they do the cue repair work.
So they are full service here.
I've actually done 2 shows here in the past 20 years, and they've just really improved. Every time I come in here, it's just something new and different.
Oh, and the staff is great, too. They really take care of you.
Tremendous. Here's Brian. Did he make it?
There was no ball set up in the...
Oh, he forgot to put the...
He didn't set up a ball in the corner. So that doesn't count. He didn't set up the ball hanging in the corner.
Oh, he didn't see it. Oh.
If he would have set the ball there, it would have obviously gone in,
Yeah,
but
rules
are rules. You don't get credit for it.
Now, Abram, if he would have seen it, he would have told him.
Absolutely.
The players tell each other, but he can't take the shot even though Abram would have told him. It is a responsibility of the player. That's too bad because he hit it beautiful. Well, he just duplicated it.
Well, just do it again. That was your practice swing.
Hey, you know, it's an instant replay thing is all this is. It costs you 1 point. Boy, he hit that sweet. Now we're looking down and thinking, wait a second, this is the imaginary ball shot. we had some.
We changed the name of it from the never-ending story shot to the imaginary ball shot.
That's why it's never ending because there's nothing. It just keeps going and going and going. Well, that's too bad, but you got to check so many things, and he's trying to win, so it's easy to do that. It looks like it might be hard, but no, it's easy to leave a ball off. I mean, people pay the 8-ball and they miss a ball. They're supposed to shoot all the solids and they leave one on the table. It can happen.
It can happen.
Did he replicate it?
He did. He replicated it.
I'm going to applaud for that in the booth. That was awesome. Fantastic.
So that was 8 points for his second attempt.
I hope it doesn't come down to 1 point. You know, that was, it'd be nice, but man,
that would be tragic.
That's a killer, yeah. We got a great match, 47-42. Wow, that's awesome. By the way, Steve used to run these tournaments. The first World Championship we had out in Las Vegas, Steve was running the organization, and he ran the tournament, and he promoted it, and when he got the ministry going strong, the gospel trick shot, we're using the artistic pool shots for the outreach mission field, and it's just awesome what's going on with it. So we have 3 parts of the sport. We have the competition, which is what you're seeing now. We have the shows, the entertainment. Players go out and they do shows in colleges, military bases, all over. We do it, and then we have the outreach side, the ministry, and we use these shots and other shots, and we convert them over with biblical message. So it's wonderful. So anybody that is interested, you can get one of those 3 or all 3 of those parts of the sport. And it's probably the only thing I've seen kind of like that, where you can use 3 things: competition, entertainment, and ministry with it. So if you're interested, get hold of Brian Pauly and WPA Artistic Pool Division. Just Google it and it'll come up there real quick. And
definitely go check them out. Now here we have the window shot, this is one of Brian's favorite shots. I see him shoot the shot all the time. He loves this shot.
Yeah. He was practicing this too. He was making, I think, like 95%. It's just one of his favorites.
And that wall of balls, that's a 2-ball gap. You got to get that cue ball through.
And they put no glass in the window. This is a clear window where you can go right through there. So here we go. You notice the setup there, the 1, 2, 3. The 3 has a little bit of a, now you can see why we do with the throw. When the cue ball hits that 1 ball, or the 2 ball, it throws the 3 into the pocket. He's not lined up straight.
From this angle we can tell it's kind of lined up to the outer point of the pocket.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Because that 2-3 it'll throw in a little bit.
Yeah, and the cue ball is going to do double. It's going to hit the 2, hit off the 1, and then come out an arc with high. sometimes side spin, but mostly high. Pretty shot.
It's one of Brian's favorites.
It broke the glass.
Yep. He hit the window frame.
A little too hard. Now, by the way, I don't know how many people knows, but we're in Lynchburg.
We are.
And the guy who invented this shot was Willie Joplin, Bill Marshall. He had a pseudonym. He wrote books and stuff. He created this shot.
Oh, well, there you go.
Right here from Lynchburg. And Willie Joplin created hundreds of shots. And a lot of those shots are being used today in the competitions. And we have, if we go back into history, you'll find we have shots from Lou Butero and Steve Mizurek and all these different people. Francois Mangol back from 1827. Who created the Q-tip in a prison cell, and he created then top hat shots with the 40-shot program.
Who created the Q-tip in a prison cell?
Yeah, he actually was in prison.
Was he playing pool in prison?
No, they didn't. Well, they didn't have pool. Basically, they had billiards, but the problem was they didn't have anything to really hit to get spin on the ball because there was no tip on a stick. They were using a mace. They would do like a croquet thing. So he in a prison cell, he finds a piece of leather. And then he gets out of prison and he wants to finish. He goes back into prison, finishes the tip. He then takes it and he gets out again. And he goes on the road and he does 40 shots around top hats and stuff. He creates the Mangol Masse, which is in our program. That's why we call it the Mangol Masse.
Wow, that's a fascinating story.
Oh, it's amazing. And it was it's like an 1827 nostalgic thing, you know.
Wow. So back when you were just a boy.
Yeah, I was. I was about 9 years old when that happened. It's pretty cool, you know. There's a lot of interesting stories, but Willie Joplin was one of our contributing pioneers for the game. There it is.
Oh, man. So close.
Didn't put enough high on it. Okay, he's got to put some pressure on it now. He's got to make this. Willie was great. He used to walk around. I used to come to Lynchburg to do shows, and I would stay with Willie for 2 or 3 days, and I'd do some shows at the colleges. Well, then I'd play with him at the squash club here in Lynchburg. We would play 24 hours in a row. One pocket, it was his favorite game. And we used to sleep on the floor of his print shop. He had a hard copy print shop. This was before they had any computer stuff to speak of. And we just played one pocket for 2 or 3 days, and he loved it.
That's hardcore pool playing.
Yeah, and they created a game called Kiss Pool. His son played the Kiss Pool, which is where you, instead of shooting the cue ball into an odge ball, he shot the odge ball off a cue ball into a pocket. It was called Kiss
we've played. We've played that.
Kiss Pool, sure.
I think we called that reverse billiards.
Yeah,
or
reverse.
Like that.
Well, there's an English billiards where they do the same thing, you know, and it's reverse billiards.
All right, here we go. Third and final attempt. Come on, Brian.
Yeah, hit her through there, man.
There it is. Nails
Look at
it.
there. And he puts the fist pump. Did you notice it, everybody?
Absolutely. So that was 7 points.
That's fantastic. You know, there's another interesting. Well, except for talking trivia, you don't mind me talking a little bit about history, do you?
No.
Because I'm getting kind of excited about talking. Now, most people don't know this either. I didn't know. Steve and I were doing an outreach in Georgia. I think it was Georgia, or Alabama, or Mississippi. It might have been near Selma, and Martin Luther King started the civil rights movement in a pool room.
Martin Luther King did.
He was in college. He played pool in college. When he got out and he started to do the movement, the civil rights movement, he knew that if he went to the pool rooms and he preached and he taught about to the billiard players, and they loved him so much he would teach billiards, they then went out and he said, told the pool players to go out into the streets and share this movement, but without violence. It was tremendous. And there's a video. You can actually go online and find it on our GTS rack rooms on YouTube. You can find it. It's Martin Luther King in the early days of his pool days, and he started the civil rights movement. It was awesome. What a video. It's black and white video that shows him in the room teaching and sharing this movement.
Wow.
Yeah, and we were at an event in the South, and they wanted us to be to have a table there. And Steve found this thing about Martin Luther King, and they didn't even know it, I don't think, at that movement. So Steve brought it out, and now we're sharing that. And so that whole movement was because of billiards, as far as how they promoted it. There's just so much history that's awesome. Yeah, if you want to look that up, go to GTS Rack Rooms channel on YouTube, or on YouTube, and just or you could probably click in Google Martin Luther King civil rights movement with billiards, and you'll see it. It's like from the '60s. It's tremendous. We also, I think it's on our Facebook page too, GTS Rack Rooms on Facebook. So one of those other, but you got to see it's like 2 minutes and 65 seconds or something, which is hard to do because that'd be 3 minutes.
That'd be 3:05.
Yeah, about 3, but it's by 2.5 minutes. Boy, I'm on. I like to change that whole time concept. So,
We should just switch to metric time.
yeah, and Steve mentioned Willie Joplin here from Lynchburg. He used to travel. He had a little case he'd carry. He'd sell he made videos. He had hard stuff, and he would sell them at the shows. And everybody knew Willie. And, of course, he was known as William Marshall, but Willie Joplin, and he was writing stuff, and he didn't use his real name sometimes. He had a pseudonym. So Steve's talking about he used to go to the U.S. Open. Willie would go, and everybody knew Willie. Everybody loved Willie. He was awesome. And by the way, Willie was also on our first shot selection committee. Remember yesterday I talked about how the players now pick?
Yeah.
Well, he was on an independent shot selection committee who voted on the first 40 shots for the movement back in 2000 with Robert Byrne, Bob Jewett, Michael Seamus, and Belinda Campo. They were the ones who were on that. And then eventually,
that's an all-star board.
well, and they weren't allowed to play. But they were knowledgeable of what people might want to see. So there were 300 and some shots submitted from all over the world by the players. They took the shots, looked at them all, put them in categories, 8 categories, approved by the international body, and the rest is history. And that's what we're living now, is the history of the sport. So it's awesome.
Oh, nice.
How do you like it?
So second attempt, so that's going to be 8 points.
Yeah. Steve made a comment. Martin Luther King went to the poor room before he went to the churches. That's true. The first churches were basically, for that movement, were in the pool rooms. Great story. Boy, did he hit that nice, didn't he? What attempt
Beautiful.
was that?
That was his second attempt.
Yeah, somebody was yakking about history, so he missed it. I don't know why he got carried away. There it is. Are they both are equal now on shots? 55-49?
Yeah. So
look at this.
Yeah, within 6 points.
Now this is actually a 1 shot difference, 6, but it's probably more like a half a shot difference. I don't know how many they've got left. We've got.
I would guess 3 or 4.
4.
This is shot number 4.
Okay, this one and 4 more.
So we got plenty of pool playing left.
Yeah, that's why the second semifinal is supposed to start at 2:30. So they've still got. It's going to take about 30 minutes probably to finish this, unless mathematically it ends sooner, because sometimes you can't catch up even if there's 2 shots to go. I think here they're going to go to the wire.
It's looking like it. We got a real battle going on.
Oh boy, it's beautiful. So where are you heading next, Kevin? Where are you heading?
Heading back home, back to Traverse City, Michigan.
Cool.
So we're doing Discipline 7, Shot 5C, the Derby Horse Race. We saw this one yesterday. 10-point shot.
And do you remember what happened yesterday?
The
This is awesome.
Was that this one where the cue ball came back around? And
yeah, it went back in the hole. So on this shot, the cue ball hits the first ball. It jumped. The first ball is moving. The cue ball then is struck again over the ball, makes the bottom ball in the corner. There's a stacker ball there. We'll show in a little bit, but it drops down, and the cue ball yesterday went back in that hole without touching them. That I've never seen before.
That was pretty crazy.
That's a blooper, which you're welcome to use anytime you want.
Definitely go check out yesterday's matches to go see that.
Oh, there were some great matches and great shots yesterday. It's great to be back at it again after this time off.
Yeah, this was a slow year for artistic pool.
And everybody. Really.
And everybody.
It's just so many events were canceled. You know, in 2020, we completely pulled off the road. We couldn't do it. There was nothing to do, you know.
Yep.
So I basically walked the ditches, picked up trash, beautified America as best I could. My wife got a job as a caregiver, That's miscue, by the way. Most people know miscue. So, and it was quite. And you know what? I like it because I can spend more time with ministry and more time with her, and we spent all those years on the road. And this is a little bit of a paradigm shift. That's life. You get your steps are redirected, and you go a little bit different way. Even though I'm still available if somebody wants to have me do something. How do you do it?
Is it going to get there? Oh, how's the speed?
Oh, man, what a shot that was.
That was 10 points.
Yeah, he's put the pressure on Brian. Oh, he's put the pressure on Brian. Wow. You know, when I was playing, they would pick this against me, this shot, because I just could never make this shot. And they knew it. And they was picking on me with this shot. I'll tell you what. You got to really practice. This is so difficult. You have to jump to the edge of the. See, watch it. He's got to jump up in the air. Now. That's crazy.
And the 3-ball just kind of meanders on up. Let's speed this up a little because we don't have time to wait for that. Let's speed this up.
Maybe they ought to call this the never-ending shot.
This could be the never-ending shot.
Okay, the pressure now is on Brian. He's a 16-point difference. He's got to make this shot. Hate to put any pressure on him. Come on, Brian. You can do it, buddy. Yeah, less than one shot difference. Well, not now. It depends if Brian makes this. We'll see. Oh, my goodness. See, he tried to jump so quick.
Yeah, got to take a little bit of time to aim.
Yeah, he hit,
but not too much time.
He hit the cue ball off. Yeah, we're talking maybe a split second.
Right.
And he hit the ball good speed, but then he hit the cue ball again a little too fast, and he came off the side of the cue ball. Good to have you on board today, Troy. How's things in Montana, okay? Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Fantastic. This sport was started in '91. My wife and I created a product called Banks, Tricks, and Kicks, and it was color-coded cards. There were 70 trick shots. They weren't degree of difficulty rated then too much or categorized. That was later for a pro movement in 2000, but from 91 to 2000, we had a junior and amateur movement. It still is taking place today, but the 2000, the pro movement began. Ouch. Well, they're trying to get you. Did you see that? They're coming after you, buddy. Kevin has left the booth to get the cue ball. Now just so everybody knows that, because that happens to a lot of people. Okay. Now, Kevin, that happens to a lot of people, okay? You know that.
Jumping the ball off the table?
But see, everybody, what do? You pick it up, right?
You pick it up, yeah.
See, but if you'd have left it, we could have looked at it. It would have just been a new shot.
When it would come around, we'd have a conference to figure out how to make a new shot out of this.
Well, no, it's a new shot because where it landed. If you land,
you have to play it from where it lands, like in golf.
So how many new shots are there in the floor?
Well, infinite, since there are infinite number of positions.
It's infinite. So, see, you never really miss in pool. You just create a new shot. That's the point I'm trying to make. But
all right.
I'm not getting it across very good right now.
All right, third attempt. No points.
No, he's struggling, but he's not out of it yet. He can still do it.
He needs to come up with a shot that he can make that Abram can't.
Yeah, this is going to be tough now. He's going to have to come up with, and he's just missed this shot, so he's going to have to really gut it out now. Here we go. Little Code, Montana. You want to go to Montana right there? Troy Garden up there. Thanks, Troy. I want to come to Montana sometime. I've been there before, and I'd love to come back and do something up in Billings or Helena, or I guess it's Helena or Helena.
Helena.
Helena, is that it?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a room up there, Troy. We can do something together. Love it.
All right, discipline 2, shot 4B is going to be reverse swing shots.
Oh, my.
We saw Brian practicing these.
Hello. This is my favorite thing in pool. I mean, my ultimate favorite is the wing shots. I used to do 300 to 500 of these a day getting ready for ESPN. I love wing shots. It's hitting the ball and it's like, this is just like shooting skeeter trap. We haven't seen these yet, I don't think.
Not on the stream, no.
Okay, this is like shooting skeeter trap. Now, the question is, when you shoot skeeter trap, do you aim at the clay pigeon?
Well, no, you'd have to aim in front a little bit.
So here, they're not aiming at the ball. They're aiming
where the ball's going to be.
That's right. So this is clay. This is skeet shooting or clay pigeon on a pool table. It's called, and I fell in love with this back years ago because Minnesota Fats did it. I started to practice when I got ready for ESPN, 200, 300, 400 a day, until I could make 20 in a row. Now they're doing what's called reverse wing shots. They're not going to just shoot the object ball. They're going. They got 3 groups. They got 9 balls here. It's a point system on how they get the points, but this is where you roll the cue ball first. It's a reverse swing shot, so he's got to make it off the cue ball. So that ball, he gets 1 try there, and he keeps grabbing balls. If they make all 9 of them, I think they get 9 points. It's like a point per ball.
Do you get a point per ball?
Something like that. He missed that one. Yeah, he's missing. Now, by the way, you see where the chalk is? They used to have the chalk back at the 3rd diamond level.
But,
so
that was too easy?
It was too easy, yeah. It's too hard because you got to shoot harder when another diamond distance with the energy and physics and everything against tougher. Yeah, he's trying really.
Yeah, he was actually hitting these pretty good during practice.
Oh,
I was watching him during practice, and he was nailing them.
Yeah.
There we go. Get into your rhythm, Brian.
Yeah, that's the rhythm.
Get your rhythm.
Wing shots are rhythm.
Get your rhythm. Close.
I know how the scoring works. They get 3 attempts. Each attempt is 3 wing shots. If they make 1, they get 3 points. They make 2, they get 6. If they make all 3, they get 9. That's how the scoring is on this one. So he's got 3 points right now. And he's got a chance to make this. He's got 6. And then he'll do 3 more, and maybe he can get 9 yet if he makes them all. Let's see what happens here. No, he got 3 points there. Yep. He just yelled it out. He's got 3. So now he's going to try to make. Yep. He gets 3 for 3. He's got 9 points. Come on, Brian. There's 1. That's 3 points. Come on, Brian. There's 6 points.
And does he lose points because this is his 3rd attempt?
Nope, it's not a 3rd attempt. Yeah, he got 9 points.
So is that 9 points?
He doesn't lose any points. It's just 3 points per ball you make.
All right, 9 points.
Good job, Brian. That's tough. 9 points there on that. Wow, was that fun, wasn't it? That's a big deal because these are not easy.
Those are not easy.
Not where the chalk is. That's what makes it tough. So now, I don't know how Abram shoots wing shots. I've never seen him really shoot them too much. So we're going to find out real quick here. And this is fun. If you've never done anything with this kind of artistic pool, try wing shots. Don't put the even chalk out. Just roll them close to the pocket and try to do them without. Oh, this is fantastic. Yeah, look at this. He's got to time the clay pigeon. he's got to time. Here we go. Look at. See there? And then it arcs. That's great, man. Oh, that's what a good job that was. I got to tell you a funny story. I was in Vegas one time doing wing shots in competition, but it was the regular wing shot, not rolling it off the cue ball. I made 7 in a row. You had to make 7. I jumped up in the air and I hit a ceiling tile. I got so excited. It's because we were in a real low ceiling. These guys are amazing. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Yeah, wing shots are just tremendous. And by the way, this is one of the best training exercises you can for your game because it trains the right brain and not the left brain. The left brain would be analytical if the ball was sitting there, but they're moving. See? I tell you what, you got to shoot hundreds of these to get them down.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah. Yeah, these are fantastic shots. Greatest training exercise you can shoot for the right brain.
Yeah, I noticed you were having a lot of fun with those during the exhibition the other night.
It's I could do those for 3 hours, wouldn't bother me a bit. I used to shoot for 3 or 4 hours, maybe do 500 of them, and make.
Well, that's a lot.
But I had to make 50 in a row during that time. You know, that was the idea of it.
I get the feeling Abram doesn't practice these much.
No, I told you he doesn't practice them. It's going to cost him 9 points if he don't make at least one. He's got to get at least one to get 3 points. That's too easy. Look at there's no
not
way.
going to get past the chalk.
Forget it. No, it wouldn't count. Has to go behind the chalk.
Yep.
He hadn't gotten any points at all now. That was a good pick by Brian. Brilliant. Oh, he made it.
Made one.
He's
All
got
right.
3 points. Yeah, he's thinking. Thank you. he's some of the players hate these shots, but
I'm giddy.
Okay, he's got 3 points. Bro. Abram's a comic. He's a funny guy. Oh, that's great, man. I've had players shoot these and they'd say, "Let me get out of here. I can't stand it." This is so funny sometimes. Oh, he made a
All right,
now
so
he
3 points. He could get 6.
He could get 6, yeah. Let's see. That's funny what he said.
No, hit the chalk.
Hit the chalk, doesn't
So
count.
3 points?
3 points. Good job, Abram. Oh, boy. You can have fun at this game, I'll guarantee you. Listen, if you want to just have fun, just shoot wing shots. Make them or miss them. You're going to have fun, I'll guarantee you that. Oh, yeah. He says, yes, I made a ball. Oh. Look at it, see? No, I'm sorry, that don't count. Good shot on the chalk, though. I use a bowling pin. I have a little miniature bowling pin. And if I hit the bowling pin, I get a spare. So it works pretty good, you know. That was a joke. Sorry. I wanted to explain the joke in case anybody didn't get that. So, yeah, here it is. Chris, who's in the competition, he says, they're tough. Of course they're tough. Chris, you made it home safely, buddy, and what a joy having you here. Chris Woodham came back. He was supposed to have surgery for carpal tunnel on the wrist and the arm and the elbow, and he still came to this tournament. He said, I asked him last night before he left, he says, I wanted to be with my family of artistic pool players. So what an amazing guy, Chris Woodham. And he's going home now, have a surgery, and he's going to heal up and come back stronger than ever. So, Chris, best to you in what you're doing. Thanks for watching.
Yep, hope you have speedy recovery.
Oh, yeah. We want to see you again, buddy, in the arena. So thank you for all you've done for us. I will be back for sure. There you go.
So our tournament bracket.
How are we doing here?
We have Abram versus Brian in one semifinal. Our next semifinal, which will be at 2:30 Eastern Time.
Now, is there another bracket with you on it over here, Kevin, or is it just those 8 guys? You're not on there anywhere. Huh. Well.
Apparently my entry fee got lost in the mail somewhere.
Okay, well, that happens, you know. I've had that issue before.
All right, 4-2A, the machine gun follow shot.
Yeah, this is a make. This is the old Willie Moscone machine gun shot, so to speak. It's
right down the line.
It's a pretty much a lock shot. Now, it's an interesting shot. You have to watch it real close. You see the cue ball where they got the arrows there, and it hits the blue. The white line goes to the left, hits the yellow. Then it comes back into the opening and goes rat-a-tat-tat.
Yeah, a little bit of a pinball shot.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shot. Moscone did this pretty much every exhibition he ever did. That and that 4-ball shot, those were his 2 primary shots he loved showing people. Jimmy Karras was another great player. This was one of his favorite shots. And by the way, we also do this with the massé shot where we elevate the cue, the machine gun massé. It's the same concept, but now maybe we'll see that later.
We might. I'm sure we probably will. I'm sure someone will shoot it.
Well, they haven't picked yet hardly any massé, so I think there's still some picks left. They're probably going to pick some massé shots here.
Next up is Corey Whalen and Ben Smith on table 9.
That's a great shot to try, too. Anybody wants to have fun, you can all try this one. Make sure you hit the 1, but don't catch the 2 first. It won't work. Catch the 1 ball with high right English. The cue ball will bounce back to the 2. There's about 3/4 of a ball between the 2 balls on the rail. You can see it right there. There's about maybe a half a ball, a half an inch, and when the cue ball hits that 1, it immediately hits the 2 after it, then it goes the other direction. So it's right, left, right, real quick. And then the cue ball with high right. Watch the cue ball take off. It's tremendous.
7-point shot.
Yeah. Oh, he double kissed around it. Yeah, he's got a kind of confused look on his face. That's unusual.
It's like, doesn't this ball know who I am? How dare it?
Yeah, what is it doing? I practiced this for at least 2 minutes. What is wrong?
How dare it not go?
Yeah, this is a shot we make an assumption on. Most of it, it's just a lock shot. And it normally is, but you still
got to execute.
Well, because, see, you get a slide with that English, and he got a little bit too much. Now he's got to think about it a little bit. Yep, second attempt.
And does it get there? Oh, it didn't go.
Goodness gracious, look at this. Are we talking? Look at this. Oh, my goodness gracious. Now we have ourselves a battle. There's only a 10-point differential here. Wow. Did you hear Brian? He's rooting them on.
Yeah, Brian's cheering for him. Said, "Come on, Abram, you got this."
The players root for each other. It's a common thread.
Yeah, you'll never see that in a 9-ball tournament.
No, they're rooting because the player in the chair knows it's not just fun to do and to show people, but there's a high degree of skill for all these shots, even the easy ones. You got to have good skill. So they're respecting their opponent and they're giving them encouragement because they want to see it go too. I mean, sure, they want to win, but they want the person shooting it to have the joy of the shot, you know.
Of course.
Yeah, Steve, I think there's 1 or 2. It's getting down here to the wire. Yeah, it says Chris says Massays will come soon. I agree with that. If they're within a shot, which they are, I think you're going to see a few Massays here come out of the woodwork in a second.
Oh, it didn't get there. No points.
You see him what is wrong with that ball? I practiced that, and that ball doesn't want to do its thing. Now, do you believe this turnaround again? Look at this turnaround again, what's going on, the score.
It's going to let Brian back in.
Yeah, because Brian can make this shot. I know that. He does this in his exhibitions. This is one of Brian's favorite shots. Wow, that's amazing. He's going to the other end of the table.
Because obviously that end's defective.
Well, it's a left-handed table. See, that you got to keep that in mind. People are saying, what do you mean by that? Well, it's really hard to explain. Some tables are left-handed, some are right-handed, some are amphibious, you know, and when you run into those situations, they're hard to deal with. Now, I know there's a few technical people, it's ambidextrous, but we call it amphibious in our movement. And by the way, there is a value in changing sides of the table. He just watched the shot get missed 3 times from that end. He's wiped that off the slate.
Yep, it's a psychological thing.
And he's moving to the clean side of the table in his mind.
Yep.
And now he says, let me do this where it hasn't been missed, you know, where it will go in.
Or maybe the simple answer is he wants to do it from this end of the table because it looks better on camera.
You know, I never thought, because we were told to be very careful to approach the camera so the people at home could see the shot, right? Well, I'm not sure.
He's being considerate to us live streamers over here.
Well, you know what? He won't be in your way. Getting standing back over here, so he'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll have a nice, perfect view right down the line.
Oh, well, don't change the thing. I'm getting excited about this shot. Now, see how he's setting it up? 1 ball, space. If you're setting this up at home, 1 ball, space. I don't know how many balls are 10 or maybe 10 balls, maybe 9, 3, 6, 7, 8. You move that. You can make that any way you want. That enters.
The funnel it in there.
That funnels it in there. And he's going to hit, again, see it, those balls are really close. He's going to hit that 2, and it's so quick. 2, 3, and in. Here we go. Oh, how did he hit
Nailed
that
it.
one? He didn't waste
Beautiful.
any time at all.
That's
Oh, my.
7 points for Brian.
How do you like this? What an amazing turnaround again. 68 to 65. Are you kidding me? Boy, I'm telling you what. It looked like he was out of it. Look at this. Look at this spin.
Bing, 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 bing.
That took off. Awesome.
Boom.
Yeah, it's
Plop.
awesome. Ought to get an extra point for the scratch. For those that watch, if you came in late, scratches don't count against you. The only thing that counts, that kills a shot, is if a ball goes off the table. That's the only thing they don't allow. Everything else is okay, pretty much. Wow, that was exciting. Oh, look at who joined us now. You don't know this guy, I don't think, Kevin.
Javier Gomez trick shots?
Yes, now Javier is from Mexico. He's on the Artistic Pool Division board with the 9 board panel. And he competed against Abram in the Mexican Championship in 2017. Tremendous player. Javier, I hope you're doing fine, buddy. Heard you might have been under the weather, but it's sure good to have you chime in. Thanks for watching, Javier. I want to see you again one of these days, buddy.
All right, Brian's nemesis shot, the jumping in and out.
Thanks for helping out over all the years, too. You're an inspiration as well to everybody. Thank you.
I see Brian pick this shot a lot.
Oh.
I haven't seen him actually make it yet. I want to see him make it.
Well, see, he has to. See the score? He's got to go for the shot that he feels like. If he goes to an easy one, Abram's going to make it, and he doesn't gain any ground.
Yeah, he wants to pick something that he thinks Abram can't make.
Boy, if he makes this,
this is a super tough shot.
He can actually win the match, I think, if he makes this, because it'll just turn the whole tide. This is an amazing shot. Wow. Now, here's what they're going to do. He's going to jump the cue ball into the top of the 11. The 11's going to come out of the rack, make a ball down by the corner, and the cue ball is going to go off the object ball and make a ball in the other corner. So, yeah, there he goes. He just explained that. So, boy, I'd like to see this going because this is some shot. Yeah. He's probably practiced this quite a bit. Number 1, this is tough.
It's a super tough shot.
Well, you got to hit that ball so see what happens when you're jumping on top of it. You lose all the energy, so it can't jump out.
Not only do you have to bounce the 11 out of the rack to make the hanging 8 ball, the cue ball also has to make the 9 ball. So you got to be like double accurate.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure in his mind he's imaging now that all happening, and he's done it so many times. So he's just got to get it out now from the right brain.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure he's made this at home. He hasn't made it on a live stream yet.
Not yet.
He's come close a couple times on live stream.
Be great to see this.
I really want to see it.
Nope. Oh, it's hard to get that ball.
Come on, Brian. We want to see this.
3rd attempt. I don't know if he misses this. I don't know if Abraham has to shoot it.
Chris says he made it in practice yesterday.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he's made it in practice many times. I haven't seen him make it on a live stream. I want to see him make it on a live stream. You want to have it recorded in permanent history.
Yeah. That's right. Boy, it's shooting right at us, too. Look at that. It's a great shot.
Come on. Nail this shot. Oh, no.
11 wouldn't come out. Well, that's it. No points. Is that it? They're shaking
I think that's it.
It's over.
It is over. So
what a match.
Abram will be moving on in this tournament. That does eliminate Brian. And let's see. Let's look at our bracket here. So Abram will move on. He'll be playing the winner of Jamie and Jason. That Jamie and Jason match, that's going to be coming up next at 2:30. So be sure to
great.
stick around.
Great being here again, Kevin. We'll be back later, okay?
We'll be back in about a half hour. Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
And we'll see you guys back here in about a half hour. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you then.